welcome back to the channel. This is an update video, or like a long-term update video about this car, and I wanted to go over a few things and to, I don't know, just talk about the car for a little bit for those guys who are weary about buying these cars, or just to give like an update. I just clicked over 36,313 miles to be exact. First of all, Dodge has had, during the late 70s, early 80s, up into the 90s, their quality really wasn't there as far as interior and all that kind of stuff. And when Mopar with Dodge or Chrysler teamed up with Mercedes, the products did increase as far as reliability and also for quality. It jumped up, many notches, and then they have improved it over the years with FCA and all that kind of stuff. And this is sort of like the latest version of these cars, and they really haven't done any really major updates to these cars in God knows how long. So that said, there's tons of these cars out there that have high mileage on them, and they all seem to be in pretty good shape, not falling apart. And this particular car is held up extremely well in my heavy hands. I've reluctantly did not want to modify this car too much, and I'm going a little bit of backstory here because I just want to give you kind of a background, of how I use the car and what my thought process is. But I got this car because I wanted a daily car, but I wanted a cool daily car, and this is the coolest that I could think of and afford at this particular time of my life. So now the penalty is gas mileage. Gas mileage, even though this car technically does get great gas mileage for this heavy beast, because this is no small car. I tell you that right now. This is a huge car compared to the other cars out there, and it does pretty well. You can see I'm on bumpy roads. Nothing shakes or rattles in the car. Nothing's going on. So it's held up well. Now there's some nitpicking that I have to do on this car, which I should have known. If I had to reorder the car again and get it again, I would, come back and do something a little different. First of all, get the Uconnect system. If you're going to get the car, make sure you get the Uconnect. Don't get the base model car without the Uconnect system, because that really adds to the car as far as functionality. Gives you a lot of gauges and all the other good stuff and everything on there. That's a really good option. Second of all, what I would have done differently with this car, because its seats they're comfortable, but they're not as comfortable as some of the other manufacturers, is that I would have got the Alcantara seats as far as the inserts or cloth seats. I'm not particularly, the leather is okay in these cars. When you compare them across with other manufacturers, they're okay. But they're not bad, but I'm just saying they're okay, as far as whatever. The other thing too about this car, and I've gone over it, is the damn freaking window. The squeaking, it goes up and down. Sometimes it does it. It's done it from day one. I don't know. I don't know if it'll come through. But I hate this whole system where the window comes down about a half an inch before it opens up and everything. Because I've had those ghost problems where the window would come up and down while I'm driving. And it's annoying, and I had to I had to do the whole button trick reset and all that kind of other stuff. Some fit and finish issues, which is normal for these types of high production cars. The rear spoiler, as I said, that rubs against the quarter panel. The doors, I'm getting a little bit of noise in the back, someplace in the back of the quarter panel. I don't know if it's just, I don't know. I haven't really investigated that much, but it is what it is. But besides that, this car is held up well. It's seen some heavy use, done all the maintenance, all synthetic oil changes. There's no Hemi tick on this. Front rotors, brake pads, rear brake pads. You can see some of my other videos of me freezing my ass off doing that because I was too, whatever. But for the most part, the ride is good, the quality is good. Everything works the way it should. There's no funkiness of these cars. I've gone through 3 sets of tires on this car. No, actually 2 sets of tires. I'm on my 3rd set of tires. So you can tell how I drive this car. The first set was garbage. Whatever the factory tires they put on this car. The second was great, but I abused the crap out of them. And then I'm on a 3rd set. Also, I've hit some stuff on the road. I knocked out the oil pan. I'm sorry, the transmission pan. Oh shit, I went the wrong way. God damn it. That there has been zero issues with this car where it has to go back to the dealership, you know. And it always puts a smile on your face when you drive it. Yeah, that's another thing too. I don't know if you heard that, it came through, but sometimes you'll get a little whiny. You hear that? That does it every once in a while. You're like a little whine within the column. I guess the electric steering rack is making some noise or something. Well, you can see I'm on rough roads and this car is quiet as a mouse. Another problems I've had with this car is, and I'm nitpicking too, is the rear camera fails to come on sometimes. You have to actually go outside and slam the trunk, and then it comes back on. This has happened time and time again. Probably have to get this looked at. Can you see that? Car is in reverse, no backup camera. So you can see. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out of the car, go slam the trunk, and try this once again. Camera running. It's not gonna be the best quality, but all right. Voila. Works. It works. But besides, some people have complained about the Bluetooth on here. I've never had a problem with the Bluetooth. I've had multiple phones. It always works. Every once in a while, it will not connect, and you would have to like shut the car off and then get back in there, and then you know, turn everything off, put everything back on, and it reconnects, you know, on there. I think that happens with all the manufacturers too. So I don't think that's just a Dodge issue. But all the touch points, everything else is worn the way it's supposed to wear. The steering wheel the leather on the steering wheel is a little too soft for my taste. And what I mean by that is that it's great, it feels great, but if you can very easily scratch it with your nail, or if you have something in your pocket, if you hit the steering wheel the wrong way. That's the only thing that I had to be careful with on there. The centerpiece over here, the center chrome piece here, has the laminate or whatever the coating has come off on it. I don't know how, whatever it is, or maybe it's from the heat or whatever. But everything else is good. Yeah. Because the quality-wise, there's nothing wrong with these cars. They're well-built cars. Of course, well maintenance, and you need to take care of your stuff, and it lasts a long time. These are not garbage cars. They are. They've been around for a long time. They've taken out all the bugs on the cars, as far as suspension and drivetrain and all that kind of stuff. They're bulletproof. They are bulletproof. Unless you are really drag racing, beating the crap out of the car and not maintaining it, then it's a different story. But for an everyday car, this sees a lot of city driving, a lot of bumper to bumper traffic, and that was another reason why I bought the car, because I wanted the comfort too. Now, for the people who are some of the quirks about the car is, it's not really a quirk, but it's a big car, and you really got to worry about where you park it, how you park it. and where you park it, because people like to bump in the car, man, because you know it's such a wide car. I've seen other people park their cars and get the bumper nicked or anything like that, or that's just me personally, with dings and dents, and you know you can't fit into those subcompact parking spots. I usually have to wind up parking way out in the parking lot just to avoid it, you know, avoid getting my car dinged. And even after all of that, I got one ding and you know, like one or two little, you know, bumps and stuff like that. But yeah, car does not like 87 octane gas either. You need to run 89 and above for the V8 cars at least. Some say you can run it, but this car does not like 87. Does not like 87. And the traction control kicking in. Oh! But the car will get you in trouble. Oh man, what you gonna do? All right, that's my review. 2 thumbs up, Dodge. Just so you need to update your cars. That's all you need to do. It's a little on the old side. Talk to you later. Bye.